So, of course, now that Tim Walz has something to distract y'all from the Minnesota Somalian fraud, you best believe he gonna be pushing this story as hard as he can to get the heat off of his back now. I wouldn't even be surprised if he came out and said, I think I'm getting back in the race now. Anyways, let's hear what Tim Walz has to say about what happened.
This morning, we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We've been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that.
And then you wonder why someone actually did get hurt, because you guys keep using this rhetoric to push civilians to go out there and get themselves hurt. Calling ICE agents and what they're doing dangerous when they're just following the law and doing their jobs, what Congress hired them to do. What they have been doing within the United States for years now. But anyways, continue, Tampon Tim.
Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life.
Yeah, the Democrats' recklessness, who are constantly pushing fear on people's television, telling them to go fight back, go mob ICE agents, go stop them, go get guns, go be violent, when that mother should have been at home taking care of her fucking kids. It's your fault. But yeah, continue.
And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this. I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do.
As they always do, so all the mobs are peaceful protests? Okay.
We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation.
And while you're looking into this investigation, Tim, let's not forget your own state's laws. In Minnesota, both state and federal law enforcement officers are permitted to use deadly force, which includes shooting at a vehicle if they have a reasonable belief that it is necessary to protect themselves or others from an imminent threat or death or great bodily harm possessed by the vehicle.
We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops.
Oh, is that
They're
so?
teachers in your community. They're business owners. They're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight. We will not take the bait. We will continue to update you, Minnesota, as we get more information.
See, where Tim fucked up at is the National Guard does not solely belong to Minnesota, because if they're federalized, they don't have to answer to you anymore. If you didn't know, now you know. A governor cannot lawfully order the National Guard to stop or block ICE agents who are carrying out federal law. Under the U.S. Constitution Supremacy Clause, federal law and federal officers take precedence over state authority. ICE is a federal agency. Immigration enforcement is exclusively a federal power. States cannot interfere with or obstruct federal officers performing lawful duties. If a governor tried to use the National Guard to physically block ICE, that would be unconstitutional. The governor cannot detain ICE agents, block arrest, interfere with raids, use force against ICE, or order the Guard to surround or stop federal officers. That would likely trigger federal court injunctions and possibly criminal liability. If the governor attempts to stop ICE with the National Guard, federal courts will intervene immediately. The president could federalize the National Guard under Article 1, Section 8, the Insurrection Act. Once federalized, the Guard no longer answers to the governor. So I don't know what Tampon Tim thought he was about to do, but what you think you're going to do is not going to work out in your favor. Maybe let's do the job as responsible adults and stop encouraging civilians to get involved in federal officers' work. Maybe as responsible democratic adults, let's stop demonizing federal agents. And then we wouldn't have situations like this where people are places they shouldn't be and end up losing their lives because of it. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. Y'all are just pathetic.